So I got my first job when I was about 19, okay? My boyfriend at the time and the man I'm with now, father of my son, he encouraged me to get a job because he was working and I was just like his bum girlfriend. So it was the right thing for me, okay? So I had as a young person and you get a job and you learn about taxes and all those things. I had a lot of those complaints these young kids say now, like, oh, I have to work so hard and no one respects me, or I have to do more than I'm supposed to and I'm not getting paid crap. Or my big gripe was, okay, it took me forever to even be able to be a union member because they only would hire you part-time back in 2010, 11, 12 because of the economy. So if you could even get hired into a job or be there long enough, accumulate enough hours to become a union represented, okay, now they're taking $7 a paycheck out of my check, and I've never talked to a union steward, nothing. And I noticed the only people who did talk to union stewards were people who were late all the time, people who were fucking off on the job, people who weren't following rules. Okay, so I'm one of those people who I observe things and I put two and two together. I'm like Cat Williams, when he talked about talking to some crackheads in the park who were saying that they used to be lawyers and had families, and they because of crack or whatever, they're sucking people off, for their hit. And he's like, okay, I'm not doing crack then. That's me. I'm one of those people who I learn from the shit that I see. And these kids now, we went to, on the way home from a family trip this weekend, we went to a Wendy's in Kentucky. And I noticed the girl, the cashier. First of all, it's actually nice because a lot of these restaurants don't have an actual cashier. There's people standing there staring at you, but they're not taking orders. They're just talking. Okay, so this girl was actually working, so I'll give her that. But she had a Los Angeles crew neck sweatshirt on. And I'm like, well, maybe it's cold, or at least cold to her. I don't know, because it wasn't cold. But that was my excuse in my head. It was like, she just threw that on. But then she came out and was wiping tables. I noticed she had athletic pants on. So this girl didn't even have a uniform on. The only part of the uniform she had was a hat and the headset. So I remember being back in the day at that first job saying like, oh man, it'd be so nice to not have to wear these khakis or this blue shirt. Like, people can tell I work here by my name tag, duh, or that I'm behind the counter. So why do I have to wear this uniform? I had all those thoughts. Okay, then I worked a job where I could wear all my clothes because I went and worked in a factory, and guess what? They got ruined. They got stained. I had, so there's actually a plus side to uniforms, as well as you need to be differentiated from the customers so that people know that they can come to you. I'm saying all this because the state of people is insane. And like I said, 10, 11 years ago, I would have been happy about not having to wear my khakis and stuff. But now I understand the reason for it, because we have to have standards. Back then, you would get sent home for wearing something like that. They'd be like, where's your uniform? You're not working. But the state of the market's so bad, and the kids, these Gen Z people, they know how to game the system. They know how to say, oh, I just want to be myself. I'm an individual. They say these things or like, I'm not going to work unless I can be myself. So a lot of these businesses are so hard up for employees that they're letting this stuff slide. And especially in food, I think you should not be able to wear whatever you want. Like, there's probably when it comes to the design of uniforms, there's probably that in mind, that they're going to be in an open kitchen, and that we got to make sure that the fibers are quality and that they're not falling off of the clothes or whatever. We are not letting kids grow up. We are just letting them stay in this like infantile mindset, and they are actually getting out into the adult world, and they're thinking it's okay, and they're thinking it's right, and they're solidifying that. And we see it. These kids are weak. They are whiny, and it just can't go on anymore. So, all right, I'm going to quit rambling. I hope that made sense, but I'm just telling you, I guess the point of this is that the state of things right now is it's awful. People have no standards, and the people who are managers are letting everything go by the wayside. Nobody cares anymore. What the hell is going on to society? This is a big deal. There's a shift happening. And when people stop caring and they stop caring about the others around them, and they're just like focused on their own world and their own whatevers, it's a breeding ground for insanity, and that's exactly what we're seeing. So I just wanted to point that out, I guess. So it's been a while since I made a video, and so I feel a little awkward and sweaty, but we're getting back into it. So what do you think about that? Do you agree with what I said? Do you have anything to add? Do you disagree? And if so, why? And give me some good descriptions as to why you think that there shouldn't be uniforms in the workplace, or that people should just be allowed to fuck off, you know? Like, tell me how that makes the world a better place. So leave that in the comments below. Be sure to like, subscribe, share, donate to my Cash App, Melissa Lynn, MELISSAHLOINN. You probably won't, but it's worth a shot. So anyways, have a good day, guys.